Start streaming!
Oh, yay. Okay, so I haven't played Evolve in forever now, and I'm gonna be awful. But that's fine.
It's just like old times.
I know. And you play with a controller, right?
I do, yeah. I play like, I don't play like a savage with a keyboard and mouse, Jess.
Well, I am a savage, so deal with it.
That doesn't make any sense, I know.
No, not at all.
Okay. Joystiq just went live with Life Finds a Way. Evolve on Joystiq Extreme.
I know. Can we work on that name?
Yeah, let's work on that. Well, I don't have a name here, Jess. I don't have a title.
That's great.
I am Anthony John Agnello blank.
Period. Done.
Blank. Actually, I think the name that I prefer, and once we get to a point where Engadget's Michael Gorman, and I come up with a title for me, I'm gonna go with Bounty Hunter. I have been trying to get an editorial staff to allow me the title of Bounty Hunter for years, and I think this is finally
that makes
gonna be
sense.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't that seem appropriate?
And I think it would look good on a business card, which is nice.
That's always been my thing. I want it on a business card so bad. Just so bad. Hello, everybody. If you are in the chat, if you have seen us go live, please speak up and let us know how our sound is. Evolve can be a very, very loud game. Although the jaunty lady in a beret that I'm playing as, or was playing as last time I played, she doesn't seem to be making any noise. She seems like a quiet person.
Introspective.
She's introspective.
Keeps to herself. I like that. I don't know where to put my mic. Oh, man.
Yes! Yes! Our regulars are coming in! We've got Derek Sanskrit of the AV Club. We've got Sparks V. What's up? Everybody, honestly, no joke. I know it's only been like 48 hours since we've all been together, but that felt like an eternity. We all sound good, too. That's what I like to hear. Jess, does it not feel like the last 48 hours have been a decade of our lives?
I was just thinking, like, yeah, it's Thursday. It feels like it's at the same time Sunday and Monday to me. Like,
no joke.
This week has been too long and too short. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I feel literally like you should see me. I have crow's feet that weren't there before.
Yep.
I'm completely bald now. Yeah, just sciatica. Like everything has aged me to a profound degree. Oh man, everybody's
after his first term.
Everybody who I want in the world to be here in the chat is showing up. We've got Duke. We've got Naja Dorel, we've got Aha124, Tim C42. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the friggin' pre-show, where dreams happen.
This is where the real magic is, yeah.
Wait,
why am I not in your game?
Why are you not in my game? All right, hold on, because I haven't actually set up the game yet. That hasn't happened because we're still waiting to get Ben Gilbert on the line.
Oh, that's true.
And my mom is here. Hi, Mom. Hello, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Jess, be nice to my mom!
I said hi.
Yeah, that did happen.
Parents love me. Moms love me. It's true.
It's everybody. Jess Condit is approved by moms. Kid tested, mom approved.
Mom approved, absolutely. Well, I don't want to say kid tested.
Yeah, no,
in this context. That's a little weird.
Small dog tested, mom approved. How's that?
Oh god, that's still awful.
It's still awful. It's not good. It's bad. Oh, and we've got a Joystiq commenter regular Nathan DTS here. That is freaking awesome. Ben is here. Oh, Ben is here. That's what I'm talking about. I would actually go as far as to say that 4 out of 5 dentists recommend Jess Condit. Does that seem?
You know, if I had been to 4 dentists in the last year or so, I might agree with you. I haven't been to the dentist in a while, is what I'm saying.
Aha124. Wait, Anthony, are you migrating over to Joystiq Engadget 2? The answer is yes. Yes, this is now public information. I too am joining the Engadget gaming crew along with Ben and Tim and Jess. And I was invited to join Engadget. We'll talk about this as we stream today. We'll talk about the grand beast that is... it just sounds weird saying Joystiq X Engadget. That name. Wow.
Mike's in the chat.
We got Mike goddamn Suzik. That's what I'm talking about.
In the
Mike
house.
Suzik, right here. No joke. So before we were streaming today, right now, I went to the gym. I had to work out some anxiety. I had to get some things out of my system. And while I was at the gym, I was listening to the Sinan and Richard's episodes of Joystiq Presents that Mike Suzik put together, and like, no joke, I nearly fell off the elliptical machine from like laughing and crying simultaneously. Mike is a freaking artist, and I love what he does. Where the hell is Ben Gilbert? Because Ben Gilbert should be up in this biz.
He's probably finding his streaming fedora.
Ben
See,
Gilbert.
I know Ben, so I can make fun of him. That's fine.
Let's get a little bit of Ben Gilbert in here.
Come on, Ben Gilbert. We miss you.
Let's get a little Ben Gilbert into this call.
True story about Ben Gilbert, though. When we were in Germany for Gamescom, because he goes there with Engadget, and, you know, Joystiq was there as well, and he found this haberdashery, a hat maker.
A haberdasher.
A haberdashery, yeah.
A place that makes dome receptacles.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a place to make habs and dasheries, and he got himself a beautiful German hat. They made it for him, and like that was his life's goal.
They actually made him a hat.
They made him like
hat.
They fit a hat to his head.
That is really one of the coolest things I have ever heard in my life. I can't seem to get. Hold on one second. Trying to rouse you on Skype. That's a thing that I'm typing. That's not just an awkward phrasing thing. Also, I'm trying to rouse him on Skype, not arouse him on Skype. Although I did, you know, with Windows 10, Microsoft's adding all those titillation tools to Skype.
It's pretty interesting.
That's one of the stupidest things I've ever said in my entire life.
It's titillating.
It's titillating.
Hashtag... Oh no.
Oh man.
Ben.
Yeah, I just. Everybody, we are going to officially start this beast in exactly 1 minute 60 seconds. And before we get going, I am just thrilled and very grateful that you guys are here. Let's make some freaking magic. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not getting choked up. I'm drinking a salad. That's a thing that's happening right now. It's spinach.
That sounds like your own fault.
It is my own fault.
Yeah.
And as Mike Suzik says, JXE has not left the building. Now it's JXE, everybody. That's the new name. JXE.
Duh.
Official. Sparks V, are we going to keep going for an hour like usual? We are going to be going for 2 hours. Dose.
What?
It's gonna be friggin' crazy. Because Jess and I hate monsters. That's all there is to it.
And my evolve code finally works. My PC was busted for a while, and I kind of fixed it for now. So I haven't played this game in a long time, so I'm gonna be awful.
Invite Screwjack! Invite sent!
Oh, I heard that one.
Join my game. Join my game.
Okay, I join your game now. Accept.
And if anyone would like to join us, my Steam name is C and the Bells. So friend me up, you can join our game. We will not put you on the air. Mostly because coordinating over Skype and Steam will be confusing. This isn't time for JXE. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is time for JXE streams. I don't even know how to say the name. Are we gonna do this Tekken Cross Street Fighter style? Is it J Cross E? Is it?
We can't do it cross.
Like, I feel like we've named the stream today after a weird character from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like G streams.
I like that.
G streams.
Just stream.
G streams. G streams. Just streams.
Just stream. Yeah.
Joy Gadget, whatever you want to call it. We should have a symbol like Prince.
That would be awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show formerly known as Joystiq Streams, currently known as JXE Streams. I was at one time the community manager of Joystiq.com, and I no longer have a title. I do not have a title, but I am a member of Engadget now, along with Jess Condit, whose voice you are hearing as we speak. Hello, Jess.
Hi, that's me.
Jess
Buckle
Condit.
up, bitches.
Buckle up, bitches!
I can say that, right? I always forget if we cuss.
This is a family show. Look, if they can say it on Everybody Loves Raymond, then we can say it here.
Or on Pretty Little Liars. They say bitches all the time. That's an ABC family show.
They say bitches all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're back, bitches. Something mimic. Anthony is now a Ronin, masterless, wandering the land like Usagi Yojimbo. That is the best. Yes, and we're waiting on Mr. Ben Gilbert of Engadget, who is going to be joining us as well in a moment, and Tim Seppala as well, otherwise known as our illustrious foes in Mario Kart 8. Hell's Shells Forever. Anyway, everybody, this is going to be the home of the show that you've been watching for the past year, but it's going to be something new. For the next few weeks, we're going to be streaming once or twice a week, like we have always done. We are now going to be streaming for 2 hours rather than 1, and I thought today it would be appropriate to play Evolve, because we are evolving, we are changing, we are doing something new, and it's going to be awesome. I just got a bunch of friend requests, so I am going to very quickly go into the menu here.
Add me.
I did add you. I said join me.
And I said join, but it lost connection.
Invite to game. An invitation to join your game has been sent to this person. This is so embarrassing. How do I view all friends? Invites. Accept. 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 Accept.
Not you. Don't accept.
I'm trying to accept all these things. Just trying to accept.
Connection to host failed. I don't like that.
Oh, what? Connection to
I don't like that at all.
That is dumb. Sparks V, yes. Be my Steam friend, Twitch TV Producer X. You're not a Mega Man character. So, true story, Jess. This is a thing that happened.
You're a bounty hunter?
True story, I am a bounty hunter. So did that not work?
No, and I'm trying to join again. Nope, keeps telling me connection to the host failed.
Alright, I have invited 3 other folks to join us.
Let's see if anyone can get in.
Yeah, let's see if anybody can join.
What's your true story? Yeah.
My true story. So the other day, we were streaming Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, and we were having a hard time. It was you know, it was a very, very, very difficult day. And so during the game, I received a package in the mail, and inside was a stuffed animal of Proto Man from the Mega Man series. Oh, am I in solo mode? So, okay, I'm getting messages from folks in the game. It says they're not able to join. Multiplayer. It's not working. We are, everybody, we are playing a preview build. This is an early version. The retail version is out in the wild, and but the servers aren't active for that version. That is a true thing. So we're playing the preview version. This is an almost complete version of the game. It is more or less complete. So, add people, Mad Cow, QQ, Screwjack, Twitch TV.
Hello.
Return to the game. The most dangerous game.
The most dangerous. Okay, so what are my controls? I didn't even play the tutorial. I got this working so late last night that I was like, sweet, I'll figure it out tomorrow.
You will pick it up. And actually that's perfect, so we can actually talk about how to actually play. Were you able to join the game?
No, that one, same thing.
Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Alright,
well,
here we go.
Let me try to invite you to a game.
Alright, yeah, invite me.
And then we'll see if that works. And then we can see what happens. Okay. Sent you invite.
Oh yeah, has invited you. Shift tab.
Join my game.
Screwjack is joining the party.
Yeah,
joining the party. Let me join the party. I always want to freaking join the party. It's my favorite thing in the world.
You are the party.
I am. Connection to host failed. Tell me that the first time we're streaming the new show, that the servers have gone down.
This makes perfect sense, really. This feels like a full circle kind of thing.
That is just beautiful. Ben, are you on the line with us? I see you in the Skype window, but I do not hear you.
Take the hat out of your mouth.
Ben, take the hat out of your mouth. Says you're on the Skype call, but I can't hear you.
You don't have internet. I think that's what's happening.
Is
this is all an illusion.
So you and I aren't actually talking. Jess and I are only speaking with our with our spiritual connection.
Yep. This is good.
Deep on the inside. You know what, everybody? So while we're waiting for the freaking servers to actually work. Oh, servers aren't down, says Giant Travel.
They are?
They're not.
Oh, they're not. It's just us.
Not down. It's just us. Alright. You guys can actually see me go. Prodigy, you guys can see me hitting multiplayer. Waiting for servers. Twitch via tin cans on a string. That is actually how we're doing this right now. I am running Evolve on a Duracell mag light. It's a big flashlight. It's nice. Alright, custom. Make a custom game. Map and mode.
Oh, is that Ben? Do I hear a Ben?
Ben?
Nope, Anthony, your sound quality just got
testing.
Oh, there he is!
There is
1,
Ben.
2, this is definitely on.
Now you're on.
1, 2, 1, 2, this is not a test. This is just a test? I'm not good at Beastie Boys lyrics.
Okay, do you guys not hear me still?
No, we hear you. You're there. We got you.
Yeah, you are on. You're
live.
You're live and in charge. Ben, so as this tends. Oh no, did we just lost Ben again?
Is he gone? Maybe he couldn't hear us.
We just lost Ben again.
Maybe we're the ghost.
Maybe we're in an episode of Ben 10.
Did you watch that? I never watched that.
No, I am old. I'm an old person. That's not...
See, I'm old for that one too, though.
Invite friends. Alright. Invite.
Maybe we're not really friends, and it knows it.
Map and mode.
It's like, no.
Quick play. Extras. No extras.
Joining the party.
Yeah, join the party.
Or I could just try joining like this. Does this work? Can you hear me?
Hi, Ben. There he is.
You can hear me.
Ben Gilbert.
It's happening. It's all happening, guys. I'm on the
internet.
internet.
This is not a drill. So Ben, this is the magic thing.
It didn't work.
Oh wait.
You can't get into a game, can you?
Yeah, we can't.
We
cannot start a game, which is the best.
Whack.
Anthony, you can always play a game, and then I can play a game, and we can just pretend we're in the same game.
And
that wouldn't work.
Same
it's
setup.
still technically called a beta, right? That's what this is.
So
this
is not a beta. This is the preview build, which is almost complete. It is pretty much feature complete. And Giant Chaparral, who I am speaking with right now, says servers aren't down. Were you guys able to get into a party before? Yes. We need to use something called portcullis.
What?
Oh yeah, no, that's how we got the code to run.
All right, Jess, explain this, because this is a little fun tale of video game journalism for folks joining us today. So Jess has not been able to get Evolve running, and we've had it for a month. Like we've had it for weeks. So
yeah. Well, that was my PC issue though. Like that's just okay. So my PC doesn't work because I was babysitting a dog, and the dog ran into the PC and knocked it over onto my wood floor. And since then, it's just been weird in very, very odd ways. So that's what I think my issue was with the game code. But to get these to work, we have to do this like pretty intensive process of you get the code on Steam, you install it, but then you can't play it until you go to this separate program and activate a separate key. And sometimes you have to opt into the right beta or into the right subsystem within Steam to get it to work. But we have all that going here. Like, this is all good. If we're in, that means we're in.
All right.
So I don't know what it is.
So I am literally just going to queue up a game, play one round at a time, matchmaking and cycling maps in hunt mode. Let's see if this will like do the same, Jess.
Let me try to just join a game.
And let's see if this works. I would be the monster.
What are you gonna wait? What game are you gonna play? Because I'll just try to join your same one.
All right.
Well, how about you guys? You tell me a little bit about this game. What is Evolve? I mean, I know it's like 4 players versus a monster, right? That's the idea. Or it's 5 versus 1. 5 players versus a monster.
It's 4 players versus 1 monster.
4 versus 1, right?
And they're all here to play the Family Feud. So it is. It is. Hold on 1 second, Ben, while we try to get this set up properly.
Sure.
All right. Skirmish. Find game. Hunt. So what I just did was I just went into the most basic searching for an online game thing that you can do in Evolve, a basic hunting match, wherein you have people, team of 4, fulfilling very distinct roles. This is made by Turtle Rock Studios. This is the same people that made Left 4 Dead. However, this is a very, very different thing than Left 4 Dead.
They were part of Valve too, right? They left Valve. I think.
Yeah, they were a Valve barnacle that was scraped off to go independent, and good on them. Good on them.
But like amicably, as far as I know, right? Like I think it was just like Valve and them parted ways or whatever, right?
Yeah, and like Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead was very much a like we're gonna give you guys like a leg up. We're gonna give you a thing. We're gonna put your vision out there, and we're gonna help build it, and it was all good. And so everybody fills a very specific role. There is a medic. There is a class that's all about buffing characters, and there's your assault class, and a trapper who has a pet, and you're all in these very, very sprawling but open levels hunting a giant monster, and the monster is controlled by another person.
Who is hunting you.
Who is hunting you, and going around and hunting animals that are in the environment, and eating them, and getting progressively more powerful.
Right, okay. Animals in the environment? Like what kind of animals?
Like freaking lizard tigers, and giant slug things. These are not the technical terms. I just call them
I'm all about that term. It's okay. It's working out.
They're lizard, they're like bog pigs, and all kinds of nasty stuff. And they'll kill you as well. They will kill you as well. So okay. I am searching for a match right now, and it is just lingering.
So I was also searching for a match, and I just got in one, but it wasn't with you. And that sucks.
So okay, invite.
Then I got out of it because that guy was level 30, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm level 1, people.
Alright, I'm gonna invite you again. Let's see if that works.
I'm gonna take it. There we go. Joining the party again.
Foben, life finds a way, but not a match. Accurate!
True words.
Connection to host failed.
Oh, that is...
Has your experiences been connecting pretty okay otherwise? Like, have you guys been able to get into... I mean, Jess, you've had problems, but Anthony, have you been able to get into games?
I've played a ton of this, and we've streamed it a couple of times now, and it's always worked flawlessly. It's worked just right, and I have absolutely no idea why it wouldn't be working now.
That's okay, we can keep giving it a shot.
Yeah, everybody, I'm just gonna fire up a solo game, so we have something pretty to look at. And right now, the game will actually show you a little bit more about what the hell is happening.
So I actually am interested in knowing about the solo stuff first, because like I don't necessarily play a lot of games online with other people unless I'm like playing with randos and I'm turning all the volume off, listening to a podcast or something. So what's the campaign like in this? I mean, is there a campaign? Is it just like learning how to play multiplayer like Titanfall was?
So there is technically a campaign, which I have not played that much of. I've been waiting to play the retail copy to get in on that. But I know that much like Titanfall's campaign, it puts you through all of the different modes. So like there's the standard hunt, there's an evacuation thing where you need to go to all of these different locations. Oh, here we go. Mad Cow QQ, who's hanging out with us right now, just said it might be the servers. So the servers apparently might be having some problems.
Okay, well there's something.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a relief. That's a little bit of a relief. So yeah, there's the hunt. There's an evacuation thing. I am actually not going to be the medic solo because that's probably going to be weird. I can continue leveling up my assault.
You just like throw band-aids at people and stuff?
Yeah, you go around and you have like a barrel tied around a leash on your neck.
Right.
And you go up.
Makes perfect sense.
There's brandy.
Do you hear a dog?
Yeah,
I do.
Uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well, Anthony, while you're playing that, I'm gonna play the tutorial.
Yeah, that's probably... That is
so I'll remind myself what I'm doing.
That's a pretty... Oh, God!
Careful.
Oh, alright. Everything is okay. All is well. So yeah, this is actually the first time I have played the campaign since the last time... I'm actually going to be playing a ton of the campaign all weekend, because I've played a ton of the multiplayer already, and I love multiplayer. And it's even fun, like, you would expect it to not be that much fun if you only have, like, 2 people.
Yeah.
Because, like, Left 4 Dead, what Left 4 Dead thrives on is when you have a full crew, when you have 5 people.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, there's a lot going on here.
Bye.
Because, like, Jess, did you ever play Left 4 Dead where it's just you and one other person? Like...
I played with 2 other people.
It's cool for a little while. Like, it's alright for a little while. But it kind of sucks after a while.
I believe that, absolutely.
Okay, I'm back. Still have a dog. Nothing has changed.
You didn't just go kill a dog, did you?
Yeah, right, what?
It'd be really disturbing. Really disturbing.
He's good. He's just calmer.
I didn't know
Everything
you
is
had a
great. I do have a dog. He's adorable. I think you have 2 dogs.
I have 2 dogs.
You have 2 dogs. That's double the fun.
Yeah.
That's simple math there, Jess.
Double the barking even.
Double the barking. Double the out of nowhere barking while you're doing something live on the internet.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love when that happens.
Ben, are you watching the stream? Do you have this in front of your eyeballs right now?
I do have it. I'm watching the stream, watching the chat, saying what's up to everybody in the chat, trying to say what's up to Faux Ben, who's got the fake Ben name. I'm all about that.
Oh, Faux Ben, awesome. Let me tell you, man, Faux Ben is the realest Ben.
The realest Ben.
The realest Ben. He is one of our most faithful viewers. And Ben, have you finished law school? Are you in law school still? Let me know.
Can he be my lawyer yet?
Yeah, can he be our lawyer?
Oh, Damn, again with the dog. I'm sorry, guys.
Dog. Silly dog.
So we don't have one of those days where you guys just hear like non-stop traffic sounds coming out of my stream. It's actually pretty quiet in my neighborhood today. All right, you know what? Really quick.
That's definitely gonna happen with me for sure. With the Brooklyn thing, there's no getting around that. Yeah.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna change one thing really quickly because the music and the sound effects are so dang loud in my ears.
Yeah, I turned mine down already.
That I can't hear you guys. It literally sounds like a scene from Forrest Gump.
Like a scene from Forrest Gump?
Yeah, so one of you just yell quickly, "Ow! Something bit me!"
Okay, there we go.
You
could have named any war movie.
Any war movie. Out of the thousands of war movies, we went with Forrest Gump. Ben, this is why you wanted me to come and do streams with you.
This is the magic.
It was that right there.
This is what
that reference.
This is what you signed up for, man. Oh, I am dead. I am down on the ground. Oh god. So this is like a sort of horde mode where you're trying to kill the monster and it is constantly spawning sub-monsters, his little pals.
Sure.
Alright,
like in that movie with the things, with the found footage. Cloverfield, that one.
like that movie with the things, found footage, Forrest Gump.
The people. And there's film in it.
Forrest Gump. Jack Kennedy.
Gump, exactly.
Oh man, Seeing the Bells is dead. So Ben, you're gonna realize something. It's important to know about me and a lot of video games. I am not the best.
Nor am I. Oh man.
That's okay. You don't have to be the best at the video games. I don't know.
It's just your job. It's fine.
It's just
No, your job is not being good at video games. I hope your job isn't being good at video games. Otherwise, we've got to have a conversation.
You're fine.
All right. So true story. True Dreams of Wichita. This is years ago. It's got to be like 1991, and there is a local video game tournament going on. It was like right after the Nintendo World Championships, if you're familiar with the really rare Nintendo cartridges that go for like thousands of dollars. So it was like right after that, and my local grocery store in upstate New York, Wegmans, is running a similar style of competition for video games. And my mom hears about this and she's like, "Oh, like it'll be so much fun for him. I'm gonna take Anthony and like surprise him, and it'll be great." Okay. And so we show up, and I have no idea what's going on, and I'm like so excited. I was like, "A video game competition? What is this? This is gonna be amazing!" And the first round is Super Mario Bros. 3. And I'm just so excited to be there that I have completely not paid any attention at all to what the rules or the goals or anything are supposed to be.
Oh, well, you don't know what the rules of the game are, or you don't know the rules of Super Mario Bros. 3?
I don't know what the rules of, like, the competition are. I love Super Mario Bros. 3. And so I sit down and just start playing it, not knowing that the rules are essentially, like, speedrunning rules.
Right.
Like, what they're doing is you need to finish level 1-3 as quickly as possible, and that's it. Like, that's the goal. But I'm sitting there taking my time, lackadaisically going through the whole thing. I'm like, I'm gonna get the whistle. I bet these kids don't even know where the whistle is. Bunch of chumps. And, like, no, like 30 seconds after I start playing, they're like, "You're out, you're eliminated." And I'm like, 9-year-old me is like, "Wait, what? What?
Crushed.
Crushed. I'm out? How can...
Just setting a precedent.
How could I be out?
Forever.
Video games are all I have! Why? And that was it. Like, I was just distraught.
Find
and
a new hobby.
Yeah, that was it. I from that day forth, I decided I am never going to attempt to be good at video games. I'm just going to enjoy myself. You know, it's not how well you play, it says whether or not you have fun, all that crap that you get told to make sure you're having a good time.
Everybody gets a trophy, Anthony.
Everybody, I got my participation.
Don't you worry.
Dad, I got my participation trophy.
Everything's fine.
Speaking of not knowing what the hell is going on, I think we're supposed to be protecting this generator.
Yeah, the generator is under attack, and there's a lot of signs telling you that you should probably be on top of that.
Yeah, there's plenty of things in here telling me I should be...
So this is like a horde mode kind of thing, right?
This is like, yeah, this is like a horde mode. And hunters win in 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Alright, the monster is... So, alright, so the thing that I'm looking at right now, and what you're seeing is obviously a few seconds, you know, behind where I am in the game, but you're gonna see it. It says the monster scared birds. Here is that him? Is that you? Yep, there he is. For a second I was like, is that it? Do I just stand here for 3 more minutes trying to get this thing?
You gotta put mines down. That's what everybody's saying.
Mines down.
The word on the street.
You put mines down.
I can't, Anthony. I can't.
Wow, this generator is getting messed up.
If anyone wants an update on my tutorial, it's going well.
Oh, good.
I'm a monster.
I could have told you that.
Yes, I'm killing people. It's very sad for them. Very good for me.
Oh, somebody
I've been playing the Ocarina of Time on the new 3DS.
Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask?
I'm sorry, excuse me, Majora's Mask. It's so referential of Ocarina of Time, like, constantly referencing the Ocarina of Time story, and it's really interesting that that's the case. I didn't realize. I'd forgotten that that was the case. It's just been, like, so long, you know?
So, this is a fun fact, and the nerds in the chat will probably know this to be true. But the original name of Majora's Mask when it was in development, and, you know, they had just... God, they announced it in '99, so Ocarina of Time had only been out for a year at that point. And they announced it and were calling it Zelda Gaiden.
I feel like I heard this before.
And this was totally legit. Like, that was the development title for it, Zelda Gaiden. Which, of course...
Tell the audience what Gaiden means.
Yeah, well, Gaiden... And I am pronouncing it like an American nerd, instead of like the old school 80s kid saying Gaiden properly. Gaiden means side story.
Right.
And so that is actually very appropriate for Majora's Mask, which I didn't realize at the time in 1999. I was only familiar with Ninja Gaiden. And I was like, why are they calling it that?
Why is it called Ninja Side Story? I think is the question we need to be asking ourselves.
Oh, I know that one! So Polygon's Matt Leone just put together a wonderful, wonderful cover story on Japanese developers. And
I'm sorry, did you say cover story?
Yeah, like, they...
How does that work when you don't have
the cover of their website.
When it's the internet? It's modeled after...
Cover of the internet. Fresh on the cover of the internet. Ben,
stop me if you've heard this one before. But back in the day... there were these things called magazines.
I have a degree in magazine journalism, which is never going to be useful. Did you know that?
You're adorable.
Is that your J school degree? Magazine
that
journalism?
existed when I was getting a degree, which wasn't even that long ago, guys. Like, not even that long ago. Not even 10 years ago. Let's be clear.
All right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, yeah. So in there. In that cover story was a reunion of all of the developers of the original Ninja Gaiden. And they called it that literally because they were like, yeah, we were trying to think of something that Americans would think was cool.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's why they made that game in totality. They were like, you know, for us, ninjas were a real thing. And, you know, like, they're historical figures. They don't run through streets attacking gang members and demon monsters and all that jazz. So we were trying to think of something that would, like, coincide with 80s ninja movies that were really, really exciting for Americans. Okay. Anyway, the original thing.
Adapted American Ninja for the NES.
Oh God,
film
American
series,
Ninja 3,
American Ninja.
the greatest film of all time. Get up, Daisy.
I knew that you would know what I was talking about when I mentioned American Ninja. That's where we're at, Anthony.
Anthony knows everything. It's so weird.
I don't know everything, Jess. I don't know
you
how
know
to
everything
love.
I don't know, that's for sure. Every reference you make is like, nope, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know how to live. I don't know how to dream. None of that's true.
So beyond the fact that we're, you know, playing other games and talking about Evolve and stuff, like this whole new thing launched this week that we're all doing.
Yes.
And we're all here. We can talk about that too. Like if people want to talk about that, if they want us to talk about it, if they have no idea what I'm talking about, people want to ask questions, they want to call me a bastard, any of these things.
No, that is not an invitation.
I don't want that, but
do not call Ben Gilbert a bastard.
It's not true. I have two parents. They're loving and wonderful.
He has two parents. If he was going to marry one of Lord Grantham's daughters, it wouldn't be that scandalous. Like, it would be fine.
I get that reference.
Yeah, that was for you, Jess.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's drop it a little, Downton. Alright, total non sequitur. Not that much of a non sequitur, but Jess, I like a good action figure for my desk. That's a thing. I like a nice action figure on my desk. And there is a store on the internet that I buy action figures from. And the other day they were like, pre-orders now open for Downton Abbey action figures and playsets, and I'm like, wow, I think I need to do that.
Barbie.
I need to do that just so that my wife can come home and see them.
I want
what action are you gonna do with those?
Forever.
Yeah,
that's like totally a thing.
Right?
I want. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the first thing. Like, I want a shelf of Maggie Smith action figures.
I want like a bunch of owls and then Maggie Smith action figures all sitting around each other. And then people can just try to figure out which is which.
I am getting absolutely smoked by this monster right now. It is just humiliating.
So one question we got from Double Taco, which is a killer name. I'm putting that out there right now. Can you say how much of the former Joystiq staff is on Joystiq X Engadget saucy pairings? Joystiq Cross Engadget? Joystiq X Engadget? I don't know. I don't like.
We don't, guys. The name, just for starters. This is a good place to start. That name is not permanent. No. That is a name for now.
Not permanent, but it does exist. So we're using it for the time being. And yeah, it gets the point across exactly. So we are the staff that is coming forward, right? Like it's Anthony and Jess are the two people from Joystiq who are joining up to essentially lead the charge on this. So expect a lot more of seeing them, which is good. I'm excited to see that.
Hell yes.
I don't know about you. I hope you are.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is, Ben, is in a lot of ways what we're doing, the three of us, because you were with Joystiq until 2012, is that right?
2012, yeah.
2012, and Jess and I were with Joystiq right up until, today. Joystiq closed on Tuesday and became this new thing, and the three of us are going to be very much largely doing the things that we have already done.
The work of 12 people.
The work!
So that's like the number one thing I've had, like, I want to make sure, like, I don't know, I've seen a bunch of people saying, like, is this replacing Joystiq? And it's like, no, not replacing
absolutely
Joystiq.
not. This
like,
is not a replacement.
And that would
if we wanted to.
disrespectful and shit, right, like, it's not possible, and it's not, it would be so
impossible.
Unfair to even try to say that, right? Like, I don't want anybody to think of this as a replacement for what Joystiq was, right? Like, Joystiq is really great, and it was something I loved. I was part of Joystiq for years, right? Like, you guys were both part of Joystiq for years, too, and it's like, I don't know. I don't want to replace that. I'm not trying to replace that legacy, but I do want to try to do what we can going forward to make something really good, right?
Yes. And that's priority one. Like, and, like, there's the troubling, like, idea of if anybody sees this, and, like, here's the messaging of, it's different but equal, or separate but equal.
Oh, Jesus.
No!
Don't say that.
That's an actual comment that I saw on the internet.
No, Anthony.
No!
Don't repeat comments you see on the internet. They're not good.
Why wouldn't I? No, like, we are a new thing. We are building something new. And it is, we are doing this together. I'm going to play as the monster now, by the way, which I'm terrible at. I'm the worst monster.
And yeah, that name is there though, like just so people have some idea of what's coming across, right? Like so that they know that you two are coming across from Joystiq, that we're going to be expanding more gaming stuff, right? I don't know. I think I don't necessarily love the name, but I feel like it would maybe be, I don't know. I don't want to try to hide it either, right? Like I'm not trying to hide that this is what's going on and that this is meant as like trying to move forward with Joystiq stuff, right? Like I don't know. That's, I feel like, an important thing to try to own up to, right? Like none of us are like pumped about what happened, and I think all of us are pretty upset about what happened. Honestly,
very much,
right?
Very much so. Well, yeah. Like there is no getting around the fact that a thing that we loved very deeply ended, and ended very, very suddenly. Like it was a death. It was traumatic. It was rough, and it is rough. Like it continues to be rough, and like I fully admit, like, I am thrilled to be with you guys on the air today. Like, that makes me so excited. But this week has still left me, like, an emotional freaking raw nerve. Yep. All of that said, I'm really, really excited by the fact that, Jess, you have done some of the most exciting reporting on video games in the past 5 years. Bar none.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that like for brand engagement or to like, try to pump us up and say like something ridiculous.
You can't lie to me, Anthony. I know when you're pumping up your brand engagement. It's so clear in your voice. You're always building that personal brand out, disrupting, just whatever, disrupting stuff.
When I walk down the street, I'm just dropping blue oceans and whatnot.
Strategies all out the yin yang,
just all over the place. But like seriously, Jess, you have done what I consider to be like some of the most exciting and important reporting in video games out there, and you are going to be continuing doing that. Like that is what you are doing. And Ben, you have been rocking reviews and news and features for Engadget for almost 3 years now, and you're going to continue to do that.
I'm excited to have help. I gotta tell you guys. Let me just be clear.
By the way, everybody,
I'm excited to have help.
Speaking of people who have been helping on that front at Engadget, we have Tim Seppala on the line. Hello, Tim.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for pronouncing my name right.
Dude, I
nailed it.
I would hope that I could get that right at least once. Wow, I am, by the way, I am beefing this so badly. The hunters are all up in me right now.
Ew.
Again, phrasing, Anthony.
Phrasing.
I don't know what you're talking. Look,
come on.
I'm going to say the same thing I always do, which is I don't control what your brain thinks of when I say things. So if I say I am going to get to where the extraction point is and provide these survivors a full release, what you think?
Wow!
What you?
I know what you mean. I got you.
What do you think?
Calling HR on the other line. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Does not.
Lord, Anthony.
If you guys actually have an HR at Engadget, that'd be great.
So Tim, you've been on streams with us before, but not on Joystiq streams. You've hosted like a handful of the streams that we did on Engadget, right? So maybe people see you there. Maybe there's some crossover folks. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I don't know. I don't know.
We had some really good people on the Engadget stream. So I mean, I hope that they're coming over. I got asked if somebody asked me if I had a girlfriend or a hot girlfriend or wife, and then I said no, and they were like, "Can I be your girlfriend?" And I said, "I'm not fielding any more personal questions."
Wow, Tim, you got propositioned on the stream?
I did.
I've never been.
That's the danger of putting your face on the internet when you're playing video games, I guess.
To our regulars, what the hell? Because I've been doing this for a year now, and I have not been propositioned just once.
It's because you're not as handsome as I am.
Oh yeah, there we go. And plus, I will say that our readers do know that I have a smoking hot wife. So,
that's very true.
And like Jess can back it up. That's again not. This is not pumping up brand, everybody.
No, she's way out of your league.
Brand, Anthony.
Very confusing.
You're pumping up the brand of your hot wife.
Pumping up the brand of my hot wife. She is smoking hot.
This sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Hey, we're cresting 400 viewers right now, guys. I just want to say a shout out to everybody watching. I just want to say thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
I do want to add to the Joystiq on Engadget talk. Like, one of the reasons I decided to move over here, because it was a choice, obviously,
Of course.
was because I truly believe in the stuff we were doing at Joystiq. I believed in the message we had. I believed in the way we approached doing the news. And I really wanted to see that continue. And this was a way to ensure that we could at least give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really why I'm here. I also like Evolve, but you can't see me playing.
Yeah, I mean, like what Jess said, and to continue on from what we were saying before, like, Ben, you know, you called me, and then I spoke with Editor-in-Chief of Engadget, Michael Gorman, and you guys said we can offer you the opportunity to continue growing this thing that you have poured a year into developing. And how could I possibly resist? It's an opportunity to work with people who are good at their jobs, making a thing that I am very proud of and think is important. So
yeah,
also,
I'm really excited to see what happens with the streams. Honestly, like we've talked plans and we've got some ideas of what we're gonna do, but like I'm really excited to see what it looks like in like 2 or 3 months, right? Like part of the reason why the landing page looks the way it does, like with a big Twitch player right at the top, is because this is such a focus, right? Like a big part of you coming on is that this is what you will be doing, is really focusing on this and making this a much more big part of our focus going forward, and that's great. Like I'm really excited to see that. Oh
man, oh Ben, all the shows that I have conceived in my head.
I cannot even imagine. It's all possible. Like we could do it. Like it's not. I don't have any lack of faith, right? Like it's a good place to be in.
Oh my God! I'm getting murdered.
You are definitely getting. Oh, I saw it finally.
I am getting myrtleized, and I am trying to. Oh, what is? Oh, they've got me hooked. They've got me hooked. That's the problem.
Hooked on you.
No, not hooked on you.
Oh, no.
Stuck on you to the end of time. Any Failure fans?
Tutorial update. I finished both my tutorials.
Hey, nice.
There you go. Now I know how to play the game again.
Get out of here. I am just getting lit up like a Christmas tree.
It is snowing. Isn't that snow? I don't know.
That is snow.
Stop snowing here.
Oh, yeah. Survivor! I am going to eat a person!
Yeah, you all in New York, you're buried under all this. No, you're not actually, right?
Yeah, like, can we talk about something? Ben, you grew up in the area, correct? You grew up in White Plains?
No, I grew up in Connecticut, Stamford.
Connecticut. Oh, all right. For some reason, I thought you were a Westchester kid.
No, it's equally bad, if not worse, in Connecticut. But yeah. I mean, they both don't grow up in either place.
I appreciate that sentiment. Hunters win. God, I'm bad at this
I don't
game.
live there now for a reason.
Just bad at this game. But so, I grew up in upstate New York, and for people from the tri-state area, you know, when they're like, oh yeah, we just got blasted with snow, we got like 6 inches, I'm like, please. Like, I come from a place where 13 inches is still going to be a school day. And
There's this amazing video in, I think Boston, or maybe it was in New York somewhere, where some guy from Buffalo was walking through like a blizzard, and there was a newscaster outside trying to like, you know, what's going on? What are you doing? And he's like, I'm just going to work. Like, this is no big deal. I'm from Buffalo. And he just keeps going. They're like, okay. Like, he's just like casually walking through a blizzard, like no big deal, in a suit. You're like, that seems like not a good thing to do. And he's like, that's whatever. It's Tuesday.
That's how you do it. Oh wow, Noah T Music actually caught the song that I was singing a second ago. Ken Andrews of Failure has Failure back together, and they're making a new album. Noah Music, hell yes. Everybody in the chat, if you like music that is awesome, listen to Failure and see them live. And that's for you guys too. Jess, go see Failure.
A band called Failure?
They're called Failure.
That just sounds ill-conceived.
There are, like, I will warn you, if you listen to them, you will get 90s poisoning. Like, that's just the thing that's gonna happen. Like, it's just gonna happen, you're just gonna deal with it, it's beautiful. Jess, I am going to back out of solo mode.
Invite me.
And I am going to attempt to invite you to a game.
All right,
Waiting
I'm
for
ready.
servers. And hell yeah. Noah music. Good taste. Good freaking taste. So actually, since this is the first stream of the new show, what will be many new shows eventually. So we could do some origin stories. And I love origin stories, it's my favorite thing in the world. So, Ben, how the hell did you end up in this job?
Oh man, I mean, it was kind of intentional, I guess. Sort of. It was sort of intentional. I read a lot of magazines growing up, because that was a thing that existed growing up, and the internet didn't really exist that much. And I really liked like EGM and Edge and stuff a lot when I was growing up.
There you go.
And then I spent like 5 or 6 years being really into punk rock and not reading magazines or doing anything productive whatsoever. And then I realized I had to do something with my life. I do have an AFI tattoo. That's a fact.
I love that
is
about
a real
you.
thing. I also have a Matisse tattoo. So
That's
dualities, world. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually I figured out I had to like do something with my life because I was going to like concerts in New York City a lot and not doing anything, and realized I should probably write something, and maybe that was a career. So I went to school for it, and then I lived in Philly, so I just harassed the hell out of Chris Grant, just constantly, like a barrage of harassment. Chris Grant, former editor-in-chief of Joystiq, right? You were hired by Chris Grant as well, right, Jess?
I was, yes.
You were. I think you and Jordan might have been the last 2 people who were hired by him.
I think so, yeah.
But anyway, he's now the EIC of Polygon. Yeah, so I joined Joystiq as like an intern in 2009, I think.
And correct me if this is incorrect. If this is wrong, you were the one and only intern ever in the history of Joystiq.
That's right.
I think
they realized
that's correct.
their mistake after that.
I'm pretty sure. Exactly. It was just like that. It was like, why would we do this? This guy set a horrible example. Let's make sure we never do this again. And yeah, so I was the intern there for like a single month and just kept being like, can I write things? Let me write things. Can I please write things? And eventually was given the ability to write things for some stupid reason. And then I ended up in Engadget eventually. Video games. Writing about video games.
There you go.
Yeah. And other stuff, but mostly video games.
Yeah, I mean, like, the funny thing is that is what back when was like the traditional arc in the world of like journalism. Like, if you were going to, you know, make a career writing about any kind of anything, or just going into like news, like working at a paper. I'm not sure if anybody in the crowd knows what a newspaper is, but it's a thing.
I know. I worked at a newspaper.
Yeah,
how about
like,
that?
There you go. But like that was the old arc. Like, you know, having an interest, getting involved, doing some, you know, small stuff on your own, going to J school, and then starting at the bottom of an editorial totem pole.
Yep.
And that's
started at the bottom. Now we're here.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that is very unusual. Like, now, you know, some 22-year-old will freaking go out and be like, yeah, well, you know, for a few weeks I was making these GIFs of puppies wearing football jerseys and putting quotes from Keeping Up with the Kardashians over the images, and yeah, man, somebody saw my Tumblr and then they gave me $80,000.
You know what?
That
is eerily similar to how I got my start and my age when I started. So stop it.
You have a journalism degree, also. Get out of here.
Jess, was that like I was not? I just realized as I was saying that how like bitchy old man that sounded.
That was super bitchy.
It was the bitchiest.
I did not get my start with gifts though, so I will forgive you that.
The absolute bitchiest. Everybody, we still cannot get the servers to go. I apologize. So we're gonna jump back into the solo mode. But Tim, how did you get your start, man? I mean, you just said like you started out sort of at the bottom of the totem pole and worked your way up. I know that it wasn't that long ago that you were made a full staff member at Engadget. Is that correct?
Not quite full staff yet.
Right.
But I started in 2008. I emailed. Well, I'd been following like my local newspaper, and I saw that they were posting more video game stuff, and I emailed the tech editor, and I asked if they were going to be doing anything for the midnight launch of Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh.
And he got back to me a couple of days later. I wasn't super reliant on email back then. It was a nice time. It was a simpler time. And he said they were still trying to hash out the details because actually Rockstar's web development company is located in my city, or it's the company that they contract their web development out to. So it's like, oh, hey, this would be a good in. And they're like, oh, we still haven't figured out what we're going to do yet, but if you want, you can... The editor was like, you can write something up for my blog on our website. He goes, I can't pay you, but I can get you some work, and it'll give you some experience. I said, okay, yeah. I mean, I was just ecstatic at the opportunity to write something about video games, right? Mm-hmm. So I did that, and after, I think, 3 or 4 blog posts that I wrote for him, he offered me a paying print story for the newspaper. And
that's exciting, too! Like, money and print, that's huge.
I was jumping up and down when I read the email, and then I freelanced for that newspaper for 2 years, and I freelanced for the online version. So mlive.com, that's not a plug, it's just a thing. mlive.com is the online host for almost all of the newspapers in Michigan, because that's where I live. You guys were talking about snow earlier, and you guys in New York have nothing on West Michigan.
Oh,
snow.
dude, are you in the Upper Peninsula?
No! Oh, good lord, come on!
That's snow! That's snow!
I live in civilization. I mean,
which part of the mitten are you? Show me on the mitten.
Oh, okay. I am literally holding my hand out in front of me right now.
Show me on the mitten. Show me on the mitten where there's
something in real life.
All right, so Detroit is near where the thumb is, correct? So yeah. I'm on the other side of the state.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, all of Michigan is not Detroit, just so you guys know. But no, MLive hosts almost all of the newspapers' online versions in Michigan, and it's the same company that owns NewJersey.com and Massachusetts.com, something like that. It's all that stuff. Anyways, that's boring. Anyways, and I wrote for that website for 2.5 years, and then I became really good friends based on Twitter with Mitch Dyer, who's now an editor at IGN, and we came through the ranks freelancing together. He introduced me to editors from GamePro and Official Xbox Magazine and the now defunct, well, I mean, they're all defunct now, but the now defunct At Gamer Magazine, which was Best Buy's gaming magazine.
Oh, yeah.
And I freelanced all over the place. I did game reviews, features, all kinds of stuff. And I was doing it part-time while I was working full-time at the family business. And then some things happened at the family business that I wasn't super okay with. And I'd known Ben through various channels. And I direct messaged him on Twitter, and I said, hey, I know you guys are looking for hiring. Are you still hiring? Because the hiring post went up a couple of months before. He said, yeah, let me know. And so I did, and that's how I'm at Engadget.
That is really cool,
course, when he sent his resume, I immediately printed it out and set it on fire. So, you know, I don't know how it got through.
Because you hate trees? Because
no,
exactly.
This is the thing.
It was a message to everybody.
This is probably the only thing that Ben has ever printed, because he mocks me because at events, when there's a laser printer nearby, I print out interviews and stuff. Because that's adorable. You printed that. So I know this is just him.
It's like a highlighter.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Definitely. Oh, thanks.
I still write, like, if I'm writing fiction stories, I still write with pen and paper first. I can't type it directly. Yeah.
Man, that is so hardcore, Jess. When you told me that, like, my respect for you. Like, I know.
Why is that hardcore? It's pen and paper.
Yeah, but alright, so here's the deal. You are in your 20s. I am going to be turning 33 next month. And my hand, if I am, like, if you want me to play Bayonetta and Devil May Cry, my hands can still do that for a long time. But if you want me to actually hold a pen and write more than 2,000 words, I swear to God, I won't be able to unclench my fist at the end of that streak. So
sometimes you just need to get it out on paper. Like, if you're stuck, I'm stuck, I still get stuff out on paper.
Oh, totally. Oh, yeah. And, like, I am very committed to my notepad. Like, if I'm at an event, I always see people, like, typing things into their phone or their, like, laptop, and I'm like, yeah, man, I got this Mead notebook. It's got some Thundercat stickers in the back. And
5-star first gear, baby.
Yeah, there we go. Hell yes. I bring a Trapper Keeper to E3. And let me assure you, viewers, JXE streams viewers, that is now going to happen. I'm going to get a Trapper Keeper with, like, a skateboarder holding up a Capri Sun. And that's going to be what all of my stuff for E3 is in. Jess, origin story. How did you get your start? Obviously it wasn't with GIFs.
No, it was not with gifts. I got my start very similarly to Tim, where I was just writing for free for a while. I was in college. I was probably a sophomore.
By the way. You people are crazy.
Oh yeah, I know.
I just want to.
Well, I know. I was in college. I needed something for a resume. I was waiting tables at a restaurant, and then I wanted to get my writing to build my resume, so I wrote for free for this video game website that doesn't even exist anymore. Yeah, and then I wrote for game trailers from there at Epic Battle Axe, EBA, represent. And yeah, then I got the gig at Joystiq. But, that was just a lot of really good timing and a lot of tenacious resume building and not getting much for it for a long time. That was, maybe 4 years writing for free.
Well, like, why did you want to write about video games? Because I know that you have an interest in journalism and fiction in general. But, like, why games? Like, what the hell captured your attention and thought to yourself, like, this is going to be a good focus for me? Or did you just fall into it? Oh, God, I got eaten! Sorry.
Wow.
That was awesome.
There is a giant angry pig frog!
What?
Wow.
Oh my
You'll
God.
see. You'll see it happen. Now I'm shooting him in the face.
Oh, I see the frog now.
Really unpleasant. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt your
That's
story. I was
fine.
very startled.
No, I got the start. I was just looking at freelancewriting.com. They had a bunch of like writing contests that I used to enter, and they posted jobs for writers. And one of them was, hey, I'm starting a site based on video games, and I need someone to write about video games. And I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And that's really where it started. It was just a random post I saw on a random freelance writing website.
That is
and
so
here I am.
cool. That is so cool.
It's so weird, yeah. I'm really happy it happened, that's for sure.
Yeah, God, like that is just like that's like fate. That is a destined moment where you're like, yeah, I can do that and I want to do that, and then it works. For my part, I came to this it was kind of a long and thorny trail, getting to video games. So I moved to New York at the age of 21, and came here just shortly after finishing school, and thought to myself, like, I literally moved to New York 24 hours after getting my diploma, and had no job lined up. And the only plan I had was I'm going to be a writer and get paid for it, which is like, yeah, that's always how it works. You go to a place and they're like, I'm going to write, give me money, with with only a bachelor's degree and very few byline credits to my name.
Everybody's eager to hire those folks.
Yeah, like
totally.
just immediately. That's exactly who you want to give an assignment to before anything else. And, as our sarcasm is implying, that's a very difficult thing to do. And so, for the first 6 months I lived in the city, I obviously did not have a writing job. I was continuing to write on my own, and looking for a place that would allow me to do stuff for them. And I was working as a real estate agent in the meantime, which basically meant that I lied to people and then helped other people steal from those people that I had lied to. That's what I was doing for a job. And it was just dire. It was the most miserable, horrible thing I've ever done, and I've worked retail before.
Haven't we all?
Haven't we all? So awful, just the worst.
I worked at a video rental store for 3 weeks before they canned me.
There you go, yeah. Oh,
I did
man.
the same thing at Victoria's Secret. 3 weeks, and then I was like, I'm just done. I just stopped showing up.
God, I can't.
They wanted me to restock the porno room. like a lot. They were like, all right, we're breaking you in this way. And coincidentally, the name of the video store, the chain, is Family Video, and they were the only chain that had a porno section.
That's for the whole family, man. Porno for the whole family.
Yeah.
Family Video.
You would not believe
that was my favorite thing about the video stores when you're growing up was like the porn section was always some like very obvious but like chained off section.
Right.
And so you'd see somebody like slink into it.
There's a red curtain in front of it.
Yep.
Oh,
just
God.
something real dumb.
There's a camera specifically in the porno room at the video store.
Right. Don't steal any of the porno. Get out of the porno room.
The best was when, when the customers
Excuse me, get out of that porno room, young man. I see you back there in the porno room. Come on.
The best part was when the customers would come up and they would have a bunch of like regular movies, and then they would try and stack the porn in between, like I wouldn't notice it when I was going through. And this guy was like, "I'm kind of a film snob." And I was like, and then he had a couple of David Lynch films, and then something else.
That is the
I think
darkest.
Werner Herzog.
That is the darkest weekend, Tim. That is the darkest weekend.
And then he had Bareback Mountain. And I was like, all right. It's like, okay, you're a film snob, so obviously you're going for the Ang Lee versions of pornos too. So.
Wow, Bareback Mountain. That's amazing.
Yeah. You would not believe the amount of porno that is ripped off of
Ang Lee
actual
films?
Mainstream film. Yeah, there's a rip-off,
and they all still
star. It's called Strap-On Club.
They all still star Nick Nolte.
I've been there. I've been to Strap-On Club.
Wow.
It's just people
Don't
wearing
talk about
messenger
Strap-On
bags.
Club,
It's
though.
really, really. I'm sorry, I should have
like,
talked about it.
But like the cover was two ladies, and one of them is holding, the Fight Club poster is Brad Pitt holding the pink bar of soap, right? Well, this was a pink
Tim.
Marital Aid?
Okay, Marital Aid.
This show is
Marital
family video.
Yeah.
It's a family show.
Family show. Keep
It's
the
a
mouse in the
family
house.
video show. This is the porn room. We entered the porn room, and now we can't get out.
Right?
Every time.
That's a weird thing. They wouldn't allow you to have facial hair when you work there either. So,
What?
No
Why?
facial hair.
Those are weird conditions. Break you in with the porn room, no facial hair.
Super weird.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, where were we again?
The porn
Origin
room.
story.
Well, actually, the funny thing is
Anthony's.
this is very appropriate that we have gone down this road. This is karmically appropriate. Because on the very day, so I was working as like an assistant at this real estate office, and I'd been there from September until March, and I was getting my license, and it was like the day I got my license, it was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. This is the darkest thing of all time. And then I had applied for an editorial internship with a website called nerve.com. And if there's anybody old in the chat, nerve.com was a website, the best way to describe it is the New Yorker equivalent of Penthouse.
Ooh,
It was-
I don't.
nice.
What?
Exactly.
It's
It
not.
was.
That doesn't. I don't think that's a comparison that works.
So we were technically a sex magazine. On Fridays there were bawdy pictures, and throughout the week we would run fiction and journalism from people like Alice Sebold and Jonathan Ames and Rick Moody. We had great writers. So
Chuck Palahniuk, somebody in D Sanskrit in chat says Chuck Palahniuk wrote for the magazine?
Yeah. Well, D Sanskrit is my very good friend Derek Sanskrit.
That doesn't surprise me, given Palahniuk's tone and style.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
He used to write for us, and Derek is currently of Bloomsbury and the AV Club.
I love the AV Club. Just so we can get that
Bloomsbury?
out there.
What's Bloomsbury?
Bloomsbury, the publishing house.
Okay.
Publishing books. He's a designer for them, and a
right.
wonderful writer, and wonderful designer as well. And Derek and I actually met at Nerve once upon a time. But so it was like my last ditch effort to get this job, and they hired me. They hired me to be their intern, and I did not have to be a real estate agent. I got to go do that, and within a few months they'd hired me full-time. It was my first full-time job. I started out as an editorial assistant, then was associate editor, and throughout, this was, 10 years ago, so it was during a period where there were all of these different online entities that were like, you know what we should try to do? Let's try to be Gawker Media. I got it! It's a foolproof plan! Let's do the exact same business model as Gawker, because that market isn't flooded. And so they started to launch all of these new blogs. And, like, we had a film blog called The Screen Grab, and a TV blog, and because it was Nerve, we had a dating blog that was actually very successful at the time. And we did some video series, and, like, not all of it was just mercenary work. Some of it was actually very, very good. It was written by very, very passionate, talented people. But while we were going through this process of, trying to start up all these blogs, I thought, well, here is my golden opportunity. Because, let's face facts, I am always going to know more about video games than I will about sex. That is it. Just straight up.
Can your smoking hot wife concur?
Yeah, like she, just gotta, you gotta own it.
His
Yeah,
life doesn't make sense.
you
Anthony,
just
your
gotta
life is
own
very
it.
strange.
You just gotta own it.
No, it's
So I convinced the sex magazine to open a gaming blog. And,
what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
This is Anthony. This is what he does. It's very weird.
I'm a genius.
I can just imagine, like, Anthony just rubbing his hands together with a really wicked grin on his face when he just said that.
That is the exact expression, my friend. That is quite literally what is happening. And
Literally.
Against all odds, it happened. And I named it 61 frames per second because I thought that was nicely bizarre.
Sure, okay.
And we lasted for a year.
There you go.
I like to think of it as like the hippie commune version of video game websites.
Is that the same amount of time or longer than Crispy Gamer lasted?
Oh,
Crispy Gamer Slam!
Well, it's very funny you should say
Unnecessary
that.
roughness.
Yeah, dude.
5 yards.
And sex blogs.
Yeah, Crispy Gamer was like our hippie friends across town. And like
Hippie friends?
Yeah, we were hippie friends, and we ran almost to the day for the exact same. Like, we stayed alive equally, pretty much for the same period. Like, I think Crispy Gamer closed a month after 61 frames per second closed. But the work we did at 61 frames per second was very strange. I used to have it was odd. Like, one of our regular columns was called Up All Night, as in the old USA. Yes. I demanded that the internet allow me to be their Gilbert Gottfried for video games.
You do sort of resemble him with facial hair.
Which, Ben, let me tell you, one of my show ideas for us is a version of this. And we would, it would just be a column every week talking about the worst, weirdest, like, B-movie games, and it was awesome. But
you were talking about like porno writing before, right? Or sex writing or sex
writing, yeah.
And then we were talking about Crispy Gamer as well. But fun fact, Gus Mastrapa, he used to write for Crispy Gamer.
Oh yeah.
His first gig out of I think he has MFA in English. His first gig was writing for Penthouse under Larry Flint.
You are kidding me.
Yeah, and he went to Cannes, the film festival, with Larry Flint. And yeah, he worked for Larry Flint, writing everything in the magazine.
Fun fact is that the CES used to be held at the same time as the Adult Video Awards in the same convention center, leading to some really gross things, I would imagine. I was not there any of those years. Thankfully for just my whole life. I'm so glad for that. But yeah, that was a thing for a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Game Gear presentation for the Adult Video Awards is in Hall B. The Game Gear presentation for CES is in Hall 5. These are different Game Gears.
Can you just imagine you walking into the wrong Oculus Rift booth?
Oh,
just the one that's on the other side.
I feel like we're not far off from that, though, right? Like, there's already
really not.
there is VR porn and stuff. Like, that does exist.
Oh yeah, that exists. That totally
forms.
exists.
I believe that our own Dan Cooper actually is working on a piece about it right now. Don't steal that, internet. Don't steal that piece.
I was gonna say, I've been pitched on this stuff before. It's kind of crazy. My first E3, the immediately afterward, after the video game convention left the LA Convention Center, like, the next week there were posters up all over for like a porn trade show. I was like, I came the wrong week.
No, you don't want to go to that. It'd just be really
I should have
awkward.
stayed an extra
It'd
week.
be more
seriously.
awkward than TGS, which is really awkward.
Super awkward. The most
I've
awkward.
heard that. I don't. That's
most
one show I
awkward
really
shows.
don't want to go to. As much as I'd like to visit Japan at some point, I don't want to go to TGS.
I just
Ew,
like
it's fun. It's
yeah.
interesting. It's different.
I'm intrigued. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's a story that I will never get to write. Oh, avoid carnivorous plants. How am I supposed to avoid carnivorous plants when I don't know that there are carnivorous plants? Awful. Stop eating me. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah?
This is not going...
So-
and there's just
so
a
the-
dog who's trying to help me and failing. God, I am
Is it
down.
the Resident Evil 4 dog?
No, it's not the Resident Evil 4 dog. I would love... That dog was so much more helpful. And now I'm down.
Plant vs. Zog.
Oh, this is
Oh,
awful.
no.
Alright, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
That was rough.
I'm
watched
in
it now.
rough
It
shape.
took a few minutes, but
Ugh.
I'm here now watching.
Dear God in heaven. So the story I've always wanted to do at TGS, and I will never get to do it, mostly because I know I wouldn't get the response I desire, but I want to do a feature which is just recorded interviews with all the people standing in line for 10 hours to get into the Square Enix closed theater. And like the people who wait like 6-7 hours just to watch a 30-second trailer for Kingdom Hearts. Because
That
what
is
are
a
you
lot of
doing?
people. It's a tremendous amount of people.
It's a huge amount of people, and they wait all day to see a video that is going to leak online within hours.
Does that
like-
that still happens, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, the last TGS I went to was 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, something like that. Not this last year, but the year before it, I think. And there was not. I don't think there was a squeeze. There was like a lot of. What was the big booth? The biggest booth was like Gree.
Oh,
Like the
that's-
Japanese
yeah.
mobile developer.
Well, Gree is huge. I mean, Gree, and like that's not like we say that with like a level of shock, but Gree doesn't make bad things. I mean, they make
Oh yeah, they're
some
fine.
things
I just
that are
don't
awful.
have
I would
any
say it's things we haven't
perspective
really
on what
heard
they
of,
make.
or-
yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
like
other,
their
I think, the
E3
other
booth
huge
is always
presence there
huge,
was
too.
level 5. I want to say. I don't know that level 5 goes to TGS. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Oh no,
about
they
that.
totally do, because like level
Yeah.
5 is, you know, slowly but surely becoming. Well, I would say they almost are. They are what SquareSoft was in the 90s. Like they're
doing some cool stuff, that's for sure. And Nino Kuni was good.
Hell yeah, they're a boutique house that makes very, very interesting stuff that gets more and more attention every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, what was it that Gree recently made that just like made me so excited and crestfallen immediately? I think it was
Really?
they.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, they. I think Capcom contracted them to make like some Street Fighter mobile game or Mega Man mobile game, and it was like crossover characters. There was a Power Stone character in it, and I was like, oh my god, a Power Stone character? What? And then no, it's a Gree game, so
Yeah.
it's essentially Farmville, and we'll never get to play
yeah.
it.
That's less exciting, Anthony.
I was gonna. Yeah,
well,
I've
it's
never
so-
been excited
Just
for a Green
deflated
game.
me.
It's, yeah,
in one
well,
step.
it started in an exciting place. It
I see,
started
I
in a
see.
very
All of my excitement in my heart was built up.
started,
Gone.
started in a
Shattered.
place of joy. Oh!
So we're rocking like 450 or so folks, and I just want to say thank you very much everybody for joining us. It's much appreciated for joining us for the first JXE stream. And at the also, while you're here, maybe click that follow button. Maybe you join up so that we can tell you when we're going to be doing these things.
I would say
I
it would
mean-
be in your best interest to do that. Yes,
You could. I don't know if you have to. You could. It would be cool if you did.
be a little awesome.
Is
I
there
would
a way we
appreciate it.
can make it so they have to?
I don't know, Jess. I don't know.
Jess, it's just got real dark.
You have to follow.
Not near. No, Tim. The darkest was the guy who goes in by himself, renting a stack of David Lynch movies and porno. Nothing we talk about will be darker than that.
I mean, the only way you got this if he would have had Crash by David Cronenberg too, but he did not.
Oh no!
But this will be the place where we do the streams, though, right? Like, we're going to be continuing to use the Joystiq account. We're going to keep doing this on the same schedule we've been doing it. It's going to be... We've got the schedule up on the site. If you go to engadget.com/gaming, there's a schedule right up there on the right side that we will be updating regularly with what streams we'll be doing. And we're going to continue on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And...
To start!
I don't know who you'll see here. Anthony, you'll see me, you'll see Jess, you'll see all of us in some forms. Other people too, probably.
Other people.
Hopefully not just monsters being murdered.
We'll be doing what we've done in the past. We'll be talking to developers. We will not just be playing the new thing. We will be playing odd things as well. We actually have some really good stuff lined up in the coming weeks as well. Ben, you're going to be playing Darkest Dungeon, which looks creepy as frickin' hell.
I hear nothing but good things about that game. Ben Kucher is freaking out.
Terrified?
It looks
no! Why would I be terrified? Come on.
I don't know, you admitted to me the other day that you hadn't played Condemned. I figured it's because you were terrified.
No, it's just because that game is gruesome.
Can we have a quick conversation? So the Engadget team yesterday was having a conversation about the fact that Jace Hall wants to, because he owns the rights to the Condemned series. And if you guys are unfamiliar hanging out, Condemned was an Xbox 360. I can drop the link in the chat too, real quick. Drop that in. It was an Xbox 360 launch game, horror, first person, made by the same guys that did Fear and who recently did Shadow of Mordor. Monolith.
Mordor, yeah.
Great game. And so
#1 game.
And they did Blood too, which was an old PC shooter.
Oh yeah.
No one lives forever.
Like I was actually sorry to hijack this a bit, but this is relevant, believe it or not. The way that the Condemned thing came about, this didn't make it into the piece, and I can't post links. But this didn't make it in the piece. But the developer, Jace Hall, he was actually going to work on a revamp of Blood, and he said that it didn't end up working out, and Condemned was the next most logical step for him to take. So
that's awesome. Yeah, so he's going to. Tim, is this correct? He's looking for an indie studio to take on the project.
Yeah. He wants an indie studio to do it because he thinks that indie studio can do it best. And when you look at something like Amnesia or Outlast, that proves that indie studios do horror really well, because big studios can't do it, and big publishers aren't going to want to get in on horror because it's super risky because it doesn't sell well. I mean, you can look and see what happened with the Dead Space franchise. Dead Space 1 was absolutely terrifying. It was an amazing game. It was a little rough around the edges. Dead Space 2 polished off some of those problematic edges. And then Dead Space 3 was a generic third-person shooter that was terrible.
Oh, I think the same could be applied for Dead Space 2, but that's just
Dead Space 2,
I like Dead Space better.
Dead Space 2 was more like, all right, hey, we're gonna make it smoother and play better, and then toward the last third of the game, it set the tone for how Dead Space 3 was going to work, where instead of doing atmospheric scares or building anything that way, they were like, we're just going to overwhelm you with lots and lots of enemies, and that's going to be your terror or your horror from that sense. And that's what Dead Space 3 was. We're like, all right, we're going to give you a bunch of enemies and not much ammo, and have fun with that.
God, man, I remember I was at an event that EA hosted, and it was like one of the first times that they were showing off the hallucination stuff from Dead Space 3. And I was like, you know what, this seems mildly interesting, but how does this have anything to do with Dead Space? Like, it's just doesn't feel like what this game should be. It's killing me.
I have this really strong impact from Dead Space, because it was like the first E3 I went to, EA had Dead Space and Mirror's Edge in a room together.
Yeah,
and
dude,
I was like, oh my god, like, what are you doing? These games are both amazing. Awesome. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was like the last thing I expected was to be blown away by EA.
Give it up.
It was like crazy.
Give it up. John Riccitiello had a beautiful vision when he came back to EA and was CEO, being like, we're gonna invest in original properties, single-player games, things that are different, and then it just frickin' blew up in his face.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they put so much money into Brutal Legend, too, and Brutal Legend was kind of like a bait-and-switch almost. Like, the E3 demo was what the demo that was released on Xbox 360, where you played up to the point of the boss battle, and then after that boss battle, it turned into a real-time strategy game. And
it's like a tower defense thing, yeah.
Tim,
yeah,
there's a lot of people who didn't like that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
maybe you can help me remember this, because they picked up Brutal Legend from someone else.
Activision.
Oh, I think
It was Activision. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, what
Yeah, it was a whole kerfuffle. There was a lawsuit and everything.
It was a whole thing.
I don't
It was a
mind
whole
Brutal
thing.
Legend.
That was what also happening at my first E3. It was like, or that was my first E3 with Joystiq, was like running over to Activision reps to be like, do you have a comment about some lawyer thing that's happening during E3? And they were like, what? This is E3. Get away from me. That was basically the response, was like, what? Come on.
And then you were
It's like,
blasted
okay.
away by bass thumps, right? That's how it happens at E3.
Oh,
They cue the bass thump, and they're like, "That's when you leave." So
That's
go.
what you to leave.
Yeah.
guys, I would like to
Yeah,
point
but
out
it's-
that Engadget's own Joseph Volpe. Am I pronouncing that? Joseph Volpe
Yeah.
or Volpe?
Volpe.
I got it right! Jez, this is a new era!
You're a 2 for 2, Anthony.
This is a whole new era for me. This is a whole new thing. But Joseph Volpe just IM'd me and is one of the people listening who actually remembered Nerve.com. I am honored that a member of the Engadget crew remembers the sex magazine I used to work for. That makes me so happy.
Joseph is
Why?
New York City, born and bred, Staten Island. He's old school New York. He will
That's
talk
what
to you
I'm-
about it.
That's what I'm talking
He's one of
about.
the cool kids.
One of
That's
the
right.
cool kids.
That moved,
Why was it called
that
Nerve?
sold out and went to San Francisco.
That S
Sorry.
just got real.
I don't live in
I'm
San
not sure
Francisco.
what
I
I
don't care.
can't say on the screen, so that's why I censored myself.
That's sweet.
No!
That's good.
No! I am leaving! I am a monster who's going to sneak away in the night.
Anthony, I want to play a game with you. This sucks.
Jess, you remember that time that we've been waiting like a month to play Evolve together?
Yeah,
And
that was an awful time. Today,
It was dark,
right now,
miserable. We're never gonna get to play this game together.
never gonna happen. I never want to close out of the game because I'm afraid my computer just won't ever
Just
start.
won't
again.
actually start again. It's
Yeah.
very
I know,
possible.
actually, I know like a
Talk
bunch
about
about the concept of the game. I don't know anything about the world of the game.
It's not. It doesn't. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead in Left 4 Dead and Evolve are not similar games. And oh god, bad people. Sorry, I'm getting hunted, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for all involved. I did not run away fast enough. So, it's similar to Left 4 Dead insofar as there's just not a whole lot of backstory going on. Like, yes, you're on this planet. Yes, they're there because of some abundant energy resource. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Like it's far more concerned with just sort of like having a little bit of color for its characters. Like you'll see in those intro sequences before like you deploy that it's like got their name tags on stuff and they have individual voices and they're cool and blah 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 blah. But like there's not a whole lot of deep lore going on.
Okay.
So it's like Destiny in that sense. Hey,
I was gonna say maybe they'll
De-
launch a companion app.
Destiny has lore?
Snap!
Oh,
Destiny
dumb.
burn! Burn it to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't finished
yeah.
Mars, and I have
Yeah.
no intention of going back to that game.
Everybody-
I was at level 26.
I'm
It's-
sorry.
I forget about it.
I'm sorry that I just
Yeah.
paused the game here. I had to answer my door because my mailman was here. And
Of
Oh,
course,
you love
yeah.
your mailman,
this
don't
is
you?
this is
Did you
this
get
is-
anything fun in the mail today, Anthony?
Ugh. So this is
Besides-
this is like
Besides
Mr.
residual things from Nerve.com
This is
that may or may not be appropriate to talk about.
this is like Mr. Rogers, like Mr. McFeely comes, and it's like,
Oh,
let's
God,
see
that
what
was-
we
God, that show was remarkably creepy.
Let's
like,
see
even
what
when I
we
was a kid,
got.
I was like, this is not okay.
How did
See
that
what-
name get greenlit, Mr. McFeely? Like,
Well,
who are you?
Like,
They were
look,
signposting that. They were definitely signposting that.
Fred Rogers was a pure soul. And
he was pure, but the producers on that show, I have questions for them.
Yes, yeah. It's not Fred Rogers' fault.
So, who here wants to know what actually came in the mail?
I do.
Alright. Here, we'll play a game. What do you think came in the mail? We'll start there.
I'm
Jess,
really worried this is the beginning of a loot box commercial, honestly.
You know how unusual my tastes are, so what do you think showed up in the mail?
Okay, the last thing you got was a Proto
and
Man doll.
Well, that's
David
true.
Lynch Blu-rays.
Alright, that's a reasonable
porno.
guess. Ben, what do you think showed up in the mail?
Bunch of crunch.
God, and now I wish it was Bunch of Crunch. It's all
Doesn't
buttery
everybody?
and good.
Every day I wish
think
my
it's a
mail
book.
was Bunch of crunch.
Oh, you think it's a book? That's a reasonable guess. I did get the new Neil Gaiman volume of short stories in the mail yesterday.
I've heard good things.
Heard very good things. What arrived in the mail is Ryuichi Sakamoto's soundtrack to The Adventures of Milo and Otis on vinyl.
Right. Yep.
Why on
That sounds
vinyl?
perfect.
On vinyl.
Okay,
Well, he's got a DJ set this
Wow.
Friday, Jess.
Hold on. If I recall correctly, didn't that movie come under fire for being like lots of animal abuse?
Oh,
That's right. That's the one.
That's all
Yeah.
rumors.
I mean, my aunt was an animal lover, and like she took me to see that when I was a kid. But I don't know. And then there was a movie about a bear that took hallucinogenic mushrooms. Like he ate psilocybin mushrooms, and I just
God, I want to see that.
These really weird movies, and one was Milo and Otis.
Yeah, dude,
Because
Milo and
They
Otis
like killed a
rules.
cat or something in that, right?
They
Yeah.
did not kill a cat. They never actually killed a cat.
You sure?
They
I
never
promise
proved
you.
it.
They never.
Man, says on the
No
vinyl they did
Photos
kill a
of it,
cat.
alright?
It is a film about animals who are friends, and Dudley Moore narrates it, and it's amazing.
Do you have it on VHS?
I have it on VHS. Yes.
Of course you do.
Why
Makes
wouldn't
sense.
I? Actually, I don't know if my VHS copy still exists now that I think about it.
Well,
You should definitely figure that out. That's a pretty big
Yeah.
worry. I would
There
say if you
are-
don't have a VHS copy of that.
Oh God, there
I
are.
have
What are you
Harry
even doing
Potter
then,
on
you know?
VHS.
I am about to get hunted. I just evolved, if everybody saw that. So, like, when you evolve, it is... You know, you hold your two triggers, and you all of a sudden pick up whatever new power you want for your beastie. Or not new power, but just like a leveled up version of your other powers. Jeez, I am getting smoked! So hard! Why is this game so hard?
So would you call it like when your monster changes form? Would you call that the titular moment in the game?
I would say that that is.
Seems like that.
It is the titular moment.
Okay.
When the
But they said the name. They said the name.
when the monster.
Oh my God!
When the monster realizes that he really is ready to be a father, and you know, is like wants to get back together with his wife.
Wow, so this is like a sequel, a multiplayer sequel to Papo and Yo, right?
It's well, actually,
Clearly.
Tim. So, like, I will say,
Deep cuts.
I talked to Turtle Rock Studios, and apparently, Evolve is a direct sequel to Regarding Henry. So,
No one gets your references, Anthony. Go home.
I got it. That was with Han Solo, right?
Yeah, Han Solo gets shot in the face, and then Sinbad
Buying
has
cigarettes.
to make him okay again.
Yeah.
talking about Harrison
He was
Ford?
cheating on his wife and stuff too, and like he wrote.
You just refer
he
to
drew-
Harrison Ford
he,
as Han
he
Solo?
did paint.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. He did paintings of Ritz crackers because the woman he was having an affair with, they would always have a suite at the Ritz.
That's
He
right.
couldn't figure out why he kept writing about or painting Ritz cracker boxes, and his wife was like, "What's going on?" And then she finds out he was having an affair.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Great.
So where's the bear on LSD coming?
Yeah, where? No, not LSD. It was psilocybin mushrooms. Like it was this little bear.
Oh
cub.
yeah, that's
If
totally
somebody
normal.
in
Yeah.
chat can find the name of this movie, it'd be amazing. But yeah, it's a movie about a bear cub that's like wandering around, and at some point he starts eating psilocybin mushrooms, and the camera goes crazy.
Is it a real bear?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
It's a
confident
real
it
bear.
wasn't just a
Like,
Care Bears movie and you were tripping
no.
balls.
no,
Is
this
this
was like
Dumbo?
in that series. Like I think they were capitalizing on the success of like Milo and Otis probably because I remember it came out around at the same time.
This sounds like an Adult Swim infomercial.
Yep.
It,
Does that come on after
you know
Too Many
what?
Cooks?
That is so accurate. Oh my
Seriously,
god.
if somebody in chat can find that movie. Oh, yeah, it's called
It's
The
called
Bear.
The
Thank
Bear.
you, Noah Team User. Yeah.
think you'd be using her for?
It's
Yeah, it
called
was a
The
thing.
Bear.
I'm
How
so
do you
excited
search
about
for
that.
Statement.
Do I need to get the soundtrack to The Bear? Like, Tim, is the soundtrack really awesome? Because it sounds like it
Dude,
should be.
I
That should be
haven't
like a
seen that film
Tangerine
since-
Dream joint.
Dude, I haven't seen that film since I was like probably 8. At the same age where I saw Goodfellas the first time. So you can guess where my interest leaned after that.
The last time I saw The Bear, I was at Family Video, renting Eraserhead and Edward Penis Hands and The Bear. Let me say that Sunday evening was intense. Right, an entire pizza by myself. I don't know who I'm imagining is having that Sunday night, but
So
God
do you
bless
also
him.
have some psilocybic mushrooms handy for all of this?
naturally, that's just right there.
We need to stream that on Twitch.
Psychedelic Twitch streams. Is there a filter for that? Is there a psychedelics filter on?
I think there might be on the PS4.
There's gotta
Twitch
be,
client.
yeah. Is that
Alright.
legal?
Surprised
Can we do
OBS
that?
doesn't have that stuff built in.
It's
It's a surprise.
Come
Those
on,
are the
well,
next
it's open
edition.
source, so come on, community. We need some psychedelic filters for OBS.
Clearly.
This is a legit question for. Oh my god! God, this game can just.
This is a legit question for God.
Yeah, it's a legit question for God, everybody.
Are you there? It's me.
Are you?
Anthony.
Are you there? What, Jess? You didn't know that freckle juice is actually about me? That's a
No
real
way.
thing. Yeah.
Oh my god! Why are we talking about
makes
all these
sense.
movies from like the late '80s and early '90s? This is a whole thing.
Welcome to Anthony's stream.
This is welcome to the stream.
This is
This
what
is-
he does.
So yes, a legit question, Anthony.
Yeah, legit question. Does anyone out there use OBS on a Mac? And is OBS on Mac a program that behaves itself now? Because
No.
the last time I tried to use OBS on a Mac, it was literally like trying to make a car run by pouring Hershey's chocolate syrup into it. And it was bad. Bad scene.
Yeah, Ben and I tried getting it to work on my MacBook Air, and it doesn't work. That was what, December, late November, Ben?
Something like
we
that.
just
yeah,
we just
not
couldn't get it to
too
work.
long ago.
Yeah.
So
It
All
does
right.
work now. It works better.
It
I
works
have done
better.
oh,
but it's not as good as PC.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dark
which is
Lurker
the
23,
version
can we
of
show
Xbox.
achievements and trophies? I don't think I play this well enough to get any
Good
achievements.
enough.
I don't play this good. I
Okay,
don't.
no good.
I don't play games well. Oh, wait, that actually got more grammatically
That was-
correct.
yeah.
oh, wow.
You're doing it wrong.
Good lord.
Wait, alright. Monster? Monster!
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 Monster here.
I drank
Pills
2
here.
monsters today.
Pills!
That's what I had to contribute to this.
Pills here.
Two
here.
monsters today?
Oh wait, I think the game glitched. Oh, that's awesome. The monster is stuck in the wall,
Awesome.
and
Kill
we are
it.
just lighting him up.
He
Yeah.
just took some mushrooms. He's freaking out. He's freaking out.
Oh, he's stuck in the wall. Is that a glitch
That's
or is that just how
sad.
it is?
Yeah.
That
No.
was
He
just
got
torture.
stuck in the wall.
Aw.
So that was not like that was just luck of the draw.
Because the wall goes down, right? It's not like just always there.
Yeah. No.
Right.
The wall is limited,
Yeah.
and
It falls.
it's the support class that has the wall ability.
Okay.
She's the trapper, who has the dog with her. There are different characters for each class, so like, but they all have similar abilities.
Right.
Oh, we're lighting him up. I love this. We're actually
Is there any
doing okay.
customization to that? Is there any, like, I mean, I know that there's customization to the monster. Is there any to the 4 players?
So as you level up each character and each class, you unlock different perks. It's a little like Titanfall in that way. Like you can unlock these different perks for everybody. So like when I use the medic, I've leveled her up to the point where I can, have higher jump if I choose that perk at the beginning, or I can have like more rocket pack fuel. Speaking of which, I should probably heal the people in my party.
I got you.
Do what you want.
Nah. Oh, God, it evolved. Crapulence.
Tim, are you playing anything right now? We were talking about some of the stuff we're playing, otherwise.
Right now, I just finished Last of Us Remastered. I finished that last weekend.
Oh, yeah, you finally finished Last of Us. How's that? How'd you like it?
I really liked it. I thought that I had the ending kind of predicted, but I didn't. And I really liked it.
Great ending.
The hospital section was a little aggravating because it actually, you can't do that any other way than stealth. It just doesn't work. And yeah, I really, really, really liked it. I almost cried a few times. I'm not going to talk about the specific moments because I don't want to give out any spoilers, but yeah, it was really, really, really good. And the stuff with the giraffes, that was in the trailer, so I'm going to talk about that. So the giraffes, it reminded me of the scene in Jurassic Park where where they're in the tree with the brachiosaurus and they're petting. I was like, oh my god, I love dinosaurs, and this makes me feel like that. This is fantastic. So yeah, I really, really, really like Last of Us. I thought the last third of the game was way better than the previous 2/3. I don't know if it's because the game was better or I had better weapons or whatnot, but I feel like once I got the flamethrower, it made things easier.
Flamethrower? What?
Yeah, there's a flamethrower, dude.
I mean, I don't know. I played everything like real. I don't know. I did as much sneaking and not hitting anybody as possible, basically, which was not necessarily always fun. I'm not trying to say you should have played it that way, but yeah.
No, what's that? I played through on hard, so I mean, I liked playing through on hard because it was fun. It wasn't just we're gonna increase damage to you and there's gonna be less ammo. No, it was the enemies were actually smarter, and I really appreciated it.
I was definitely better.
And yeah, I really, really liked it. And I thought the winter segment was really, really good. I liked how the perspectives changed up. And I felt that, the twist or whatever, you finally meet the fireflies. And then I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming at all. And then the exact end, it was like, this is really, really, really cool. And it felt good. I was satisfied.
What about that part with the aliens?
Oh, yeah, I mean, God, the aliens! They just came in and they screwed up the whole pacing of the game, and that was the point where I almost threw my controller at my TV.
Naughty Dog's always throwing in aliens at the end of their games for no reason. It's like a perfectly good game, and then aliens.
It's like,
thanks, Naughty Dog, again.
Yeah, Ellie, Joel, and Jeff Goldblum fly into the ship, and then Ellie says, "Welcome to Earth," and and then they blow up all the mushroom-headed aliens, right? That's the end?
Yeah, like...
Just totally out of nowhere.
That's the game I played, yeah.
The thing is I've never really... Okay, I've played... The only Naughty Dog games I've played have been the Uncharted series and Last of Us.
So you've never played Jak and Daxter?
I had an N64 and an Xbox. I always was on the wrong side of these things.
There you go. All right.
So I'm going to actually buy the Jak collection for PS3 because I really want to play those now. But, yeah, I liked the first Uncharted. I liked what it did. And then the final third when the zombies came out, and I was like, come on, really? Why did this happen? And then I was playing Uncharted 2, and I got to, the Shangri-La point, and I was like, really? You're doing it again? I'm done. And it threw some video gamey bullcrap at me, the big, heavy tank enemies that can't be damaged, and they just rush at you, and it just did video gaming crap, and I hated it. Like,
I hate when they put video games in my video games.
I mean, like, the really blatant stuff. I mean...
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Tomb Raider did the same thing, the new Tomb Raider. What else did? Assassin's Creed 4 did it as well. And it's like, stop this! This is bad! This isn't okay! And I got super close to the end of Uncharted 2, and I didn't play anymore. And I was like, I'm done. But Last of Us was really good. It's really, really, really good, and I hope it's kind of a one-off thing, because I don't want that turned into a sequel.
Oh, I wish that as well, but that's not going to happen for us, man.
No, that's not going to happen. I would like to think that Naughty Dog has enough clout that they can tell Sony no. But
I mean, I think...
They make too much money.
Yeah, and I think that the way that scenario will play out for us is that, like, it will not be like the continuing adventures of Ellie, the girl who lived. It'll be another story set in that world,
Right.
Like, kind of be okay from their telling of it. It's going to be Ellie in like 1920s New York, and she's going to be like a newsy. Oh my gosh. Maybe she's working in radio. I don't know, early radio. She works at Orson Welles.
Like, Ellie, girl of tomorrow.
It's gonna be like BioShock's Buried at Sea expansion.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, it's going to turn into a Pixar spin-off as well. Based on that, it sounds like it's like, Captain Months! Adventure is out there! Like, that's exactly what I just thought.
Ellie and Joel babies? Oh, that would be awesome if Joel was Nanny. And it's like, come on, Joel, let's have adventures with the mushroom zombies! And then he's like, oh, you kids.
That would not be fun.
That would be great.
Oh.
I like how
Just how to ruin The Last of Us in one step.
Great, thanks.
How do we do it? We got it.
Turn it into
We got
Terminator
it!
Genesis.
We nailed it, everybody!
Uh-oh.
First stream! We nailed it!
Hopefully Neil Druckmann and the folks at Naughty Dog are listening so they can pick all of our hot tips up for game design.
Alright, so what I am doing right now is I am following Daisy, which is the Trapper's companion, the first Trapper that you have in the game. Not all of the Trappers in the game have a little pet. And I'm following Daisy, who tracks the monster automatically. And, like, I don't know what is going on, because Daisy is awful at finding this monster right now, and the AI is terrible at keeping up. It's so weird. They're usually so
You're the one
good.
following it.
Yeah, but
You can stop.
follow
Just
the
saying.
dog to a fruit-flavored surprise.
Ew.
Or
That sounds really, really, really wrong.
or a giant tentacle monster. There we go.
Speaking of which, I don't, for whatever reason, I can't get the video to load on my side. But has anybody played as Cthulhu yet? Has that happened?
We're hunting Cthulhu right now.
Oh,
This is Cthulhu Monster, and like, God, I almost had it dead when it got glitched into the wall before.
Maybe he looked at the wall and the wall was a mirror.
Yeah,
and
it was.
He turned into madness when he saw his reflection.
The unknowable shapes and horrors I dare not speak of.
Oh God, can we talk about H.P. Lovecraft and how much of a
forever.
tease he is? Because good Lord, I read a bunch of his shorts. And I think his best short is Dreams in the Witch House. But I read Dunwich Horror and a few other things. I was like, he is such a tease. You never get to see or hear the monster described. And in Dunwich Horror, when you do hear the monster described, it's from a crazy guy who speaks in tongues.
Yep.
And you barely make any of it out at the end. I was like, this is... Yeah, so I stopped. I was like, I'm done with
Yeah.
Lovecraft. I'm done.
Yeah.
So here's a
sense.
question for the video game nerds in the crowd. Have you ever played the H.P. Lovecraft Virtual Boy game? No, I am not making that up. Yes, that is a real thing.
I've heard of that, and I only remember it because it sounds so amazing.
So-
and I've never seen it even.
There was a Lovecraft game that came out toward the end of the Xbox's life cycle.
Call of Cthulhu, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
It was-
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like was it Dark Corners of the Earth or something like that?
Mhm.
I don't
It was
remember
going to
the
be
exact
like
title.
part of a series, and it's really good. And that ties in with Dunwich Horror, actually, as does the Virtual Boy game, which is called Innsmouth no Yokata, and it is directly related to the Innsmouth God, what is the name of that story? It's a town full of
Shadow
frog
over
people.
Innsmouth.
Shadow over Innsmouth, yeah. And you walk through the house and fight frogmen on Virtual Boy. Only came out in Japan, and it is profoundly rare. But every now and again, like, you get like 2 scotches deep and think, I'm gonna go to eBay and price out copies of Innsmouth no Yokata. Alright,
How's
this
that
dog,
working out for you?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The answer is don't worry about it. Guys, I apologize that you have not seen a monster in forever. I'm convinced that this dog is just going in circles.
The dog is
so
the monster.
Can you,
It's
you can play
it's
as
basically
Cthulhu
the
and stuff,
thing.
right?
The dog
Yeah,
is
you
the
can play as
monster.
Cthulhu. I have not unlocked Cthulhu in this.
Okay, all right. So when you're facing the monster, is it just a measure of dumping bullets into them? Like, aside from slowing them down or any of the other stuff you could do to make it easier, is it just a measure of them having a lot of energy?
They have a lot of energy, and it's, the trapper needs to put out harpoons and put up a wall that contains it. And that's what it got stuck on before. It, like, as the wall came down and bubbled it in. Oh, monster! Monster! Monster!
We got a monster here!
Yeah, we got a monster! Oh god, Cthulhu is not small.
Well, he's had all
Did
this
you
time to build
expect-
up because you've been running in circles after a dog.
It's not my fault, it's the dog's fault.
Sure,
Wow.
blame the dog.
I'm blaming the dog.
No, Anthony may not be playing as the monster, but he is the monster.
I am
just
yeah,
playing the dog.
I am a monster.
Yeah, seriously.
Alright, everybody heal. Everybody heal.
So this game comes out really soon, right? Like
Next Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday, right?
Next Tuesday.
And it's hitting everything at once. It's hitting PS4, PC, and Xbox One all at the same time.
All at the same time. And
is there any cross-platform there? No, right?
There's no cross-platform, and that's fine. That's fine.
It's a shame. I hate that. Boo.
That's what like they should be doing with this Windows 10 stuff, right? That's what they're doing, supposedly.
We're not to the glorious. We're not to the glorious Dennis Dyack future yet, everybody.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that somebody else remember his rants on One Up Yours about the one console future.
Yeah.
That was years ago too, right? Like that was so long ago at this point, and maybe he's right in like 2050, but I don't think he's right anytime soon.
I mean, like
I don't think it's going to happen until we get reliable broadband connections that are everywhere, and so we can go for cloud computing. Same thing with cell phones too. It's like, you know, it's going to be. We'll have a great environment when we can have cloud computing, but the infrastructure just does not exist for that right now.
We're not too terribly far away from it, you know. Like, oh God, is the monster taking care of everybody back here? Oh, it's freaking.
No, he's setting up the infrastructure for cloud computing.
For cloud computing.
With those wings, those tiny little wings.
His name actually, as it turns out, is Azure. It's weird. It's so weird.
That was nicely done, man. That was nicely done.
Wow.
Yeah, there is, from one perspective, like, we are the one console future. Because at the end of the day, like, yes, there is different architecture between PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and your average gaming PC, but they are all constructed in a way to make it so that anyone making video games right now can easily get their game running on any of those platforms. Like, we're finally to a place where there is, like, for real parity between the machines themselves, rather than making something that's very distinct and like idiosyncratic and made so that it will not, like, you know, so that people won't pirate discs. Like, the era of the PlayStation 2 is gone. Yeah, the Wii.
Well...
Yeah, well, the Wii U, I'm telling you, man, the Wii U is probably going to be the last thing in, like, the traditional console mold that... Oh, wow. This thing is bad.
Are you talking about your Wii U? That's messed up.
I'm trying. Cthulhu, we've got Cthulhu kind of on the ropes. We've got 2.5 minutes to kill him.
I believe in you.
I'm so close. I really want this to happen. I want one successful run.
I believe in heroes. I believe not in Anthony John Agnello.
That's fair.
Why is the Wii U the last console that is going to exist like its original console?
Well, like, because, I mean, where is the value in putting out something that is idiosyncratic, is really only meant to run discs? Like, let's be honest. Who out there is going digital only with a Wii U? Because, oh, man,
I may have a 64 gigabyte SD card attached to my Wii U.
You write about games for a living.
Yeah, like I would say it's way different for us because for us it's more convenient when things are digitally delivered. It's less waiting. I mean, for the most part.
Also, I know I'm gonna want Smash Brothers forever. I don't need to know. I don't need a disc for that. It's a silly game to have a disc for.
Oh my God, we are so close. He has 1 bar of health. 1 bar of health, you stupid flying monster.
Get it, girl.
Would you go as far as to call this monster Magilla?
Oh my God!
Is he being a bad Magilla?
I can't even joke!
Wow.
I'm beyond words!
I sort of do. Sort of.
Can't. Mamma Jamma?
Hey! We did it! We did it!
Anthony is victorious.
Well, it only took 1 hour and 50 minutes, but I won a match!
You did it.
Wow. See, this, kids, everybody in chat, this is proof that if you persevere, or if you try really hard, sometimes you'll persevere.
If you believe in yourself, you will achieve your goals. Look at me. Beefcake.
It would have gone faster for Anthony if he would have not admitted to hating dogs and that they were the worst. Just throw it out there.
I never said that I hated dogs.
Yeah,
only that I think about eating them sometimes.
Whoa!
And he supports movies that kill animals. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's a Vice doc about the dog trade in I believe it's in Asia. You should check that out, and then you can reflect on that in your choices, Anthony.
Oh my god. Wow.
Sorry,
right.
I
Just turn for the gruesome.
It just got dark. So we have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes left here in the inaugural JXE streams, everybody. If you are just joining us, where the hell have you been? If you've been with us the entire time, thank you so much for joining us. I think you know what I'm gonna try to do really quickly is I'm gonna try to invite Jess to a game.
Do it.
Please.
Just to
Make
try.
it happen.
I mean,
And I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us, right? Like, we have a ton of people in here right now. We're nearing 500 viewers, and thank you, everybody, for joining us. And please follow along if you want to be notified when we're streaming in the future. If you want to see more of this stuff, that would be a good way to do it. I feel like that would be the best way to do it.
Oh, hey, you know what? Kyle Orland of Ars Technica is online right now. I've just invited him as well. See if he would like to join us.
What the hell?
This is all inclusive.
if it works
time,
for him
everybody.
and not for me, I'm gonna be very upset.
That'll be very, very perturbing. The jixiest timeline. No music.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just to give everybody a little bit of a tease about what we have coming up, I will say, I'm sad to say, this is my last stream for a couple of weeks. I am going on vacation with my lovely bride. We are going to Mexico, and it's going to be wild. Jess saw the crazy hotel that I'm going to be staying at. What do you think of that, Jess?
That was amazing. It's like this. It's a fancy hostel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
nice.
Gonna be murder.
Yeah. Well, as like when I showed it to my mom, she looked at this hotel and she was like, "It looks like you're staying in one of the places that the character from SNL, Stefan, talks about in his old bits. Like, this place has everything: a giant cow's head on the wall, weird pictures, a quote from Hunter S. Thompson on the wall,
and Hemingway.
And Hemingway. It's gonna be badass. But even though I am not here, we are going to have all of these cats streaming in the meantime. Ben, you're going to be playing Darkest Dungeon on Tuesday, and I'm going to be laying out the schedule so that you guys can see what is coming up. But as a little tease, Ben, I know I had mentioned it to you yesterday. What do you think about playing the N64 version of Majora's Mask on Thursday?
I think that might be a good thing to do. That's
like
sure.
that?
Sure.
Well, because I feel like everybody is going to be sitting around looking at the fancy new version, and we should check out the old janky version, which is like totally unforgiving. I think that would be awesome.
I know how to get past the first part now, so I can nail it.
It's such a confusing game. It's such a confusing game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I didn't play that game. I didn't like it whatsoever because I couldn't get into it. Like, I'd come fresh off of... Okay, my first Zelda game was Ocarina of Time because, yeah, I was a bad person growing up. Anyways, but
That was my first one, too. It's fine.
Okay,
totally.
Well, it's a hard transition moving from one of those to the other, though, because it's like a very different game. And when you're young, it's like, doesn't necessarily... I don't know. I didn't get down with it either necessarily at first, but now I've been playing it recently on the 3DS, and it's like pretty good. I just didn't... I was young and dumb and didn't want to give it time.
Case of not understanding it at the time.
This is not like breaking any of Nintendo's bizarre embargoes, but one of the things in the remake is that there's a legitimate quest log, like, that tells you what to do, which did not exist in the N64 version. So it's freaking really, really, really difficult to, get all of the many side quests in the game. I actually printed out back in freaking 2000, went to GameFAQs, then went to my, college library and printed out the 100 sheets of paper for a FAQ for Majora's Mask. So that I followed it. And then Jess and I talked about this, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Jess, you're going to check out Life is Strange on the stream, right?
Yes, I am. I'm excited. I haven't played it yet, and I'm very excited about this one because I saw it at, I believe, Gamescom or E3. No, it was E3. No, it was Gamescom. I don't even know.
It was Gamescom. They're French.
There you go. Okay.
Hey, this is from the team that did Remember Me, right?
Remember Me. Yep. Correct. Yeah, Don't Nod.
And
and it's really, it has a cool vibe, so I'm excited. I'm going to play it blind.
Yeah.
I haven't
Those
read
are
any
always good.
reviews. I'm just gonna go in.
And like, you know what? That's perfect. Like, you'll probably be able to finish the episode while
That's what I'm
on
thinking.
the air.
Yeah.
I played through the first episode of Life is Strange on Sunday, and I am really excited about Don't Nod as a studio. I mean, Remember Me. Does this make sense? I was really impressed with Remember Me, and I hated it, and I loved
Yeah.
it.
No, that's
Does that make
Absolutely.
sense?
Yeah. It had beautiful ideas that were executed poorly.
It was so close to being the Fifth Element game I've always wanted. So close, and it just wasn't.
But it wasn't.
But Life is Strange is much smaller in its ambitions, and I think it is better for it. I'm very, very interested to talk to you about it once you've played that first episode, Jess.
Yeah.
Is there any contextual jumping? Because that's what really ruined me on.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that ruined me on Remember Me.
I'm trying to think of like what there is really good contextual actions for. There is contextual snooping of other people's Facebook pages. How about that?
Okay, I don't care.
Which I really, really like. And yeah, everybody, we are going to have at engadget.com/gaming an updated schedule of what streams we have on the horizon. Never stop looking. That is a good place to get them. Follow us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/joystick, because we are going to pop up when you least expect it, and it's always going to get weird when we do.
Watch out right behind you!
What?
Context.
Why did I believe you, Ben?
I'm so sorry.
Why did I fall?
Any of this?
It sounds like Anthony just rage quitted and threw his headset down.
It's literally what almost happened. That's almost what happened. I almost went insane.
It's scary that you're that close to the point of going insane all the time that just one small thing can turn it over. This is Anthony John Agnello, everybody. He is literally almost insane at any time.
At any given moment. Ooh, monster!
See?
Just like that.
Monster!
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's like you were like the dog from Up. Squirrel!
Well, that's how you play this game, though! Oh, I am gonna die. Oh, this is going so differently. It's so angry.
Did you guys actually get into a game?
No, it's just me.
Oh.
It's just me and the monster.
Just you and the monster.
Oh, it's... Yodel, you are welcome for the, Oh, and the dog heals me and brings me back to life, changing my opinion about dogs entirely here at the end. Yeah, everybody, I think that is... We're gonna start bringing it home.
Yeah.
And, you know, Yodel, one of our regulars here, it's so good to see you in here, man. I'm so glad that you guys came in. Duke, Sparks V, Zombie Batman, everybody...
Man, I love that name.
Very, very excited that you guys are sticking with us. We're going to do some beautiful things. And so the next show will be Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here. Ben's going to be playing Darkest Dungeon. It's going to be awesome. You can follow Ben on Twitter. He is at RealBenGilbert. And you can
None of that fake shit.
None of that fake.
Whoa! Swearing, Ben.
Whoa! I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let me back it up. None of that
Family
fake
show.
doo-doo.
None of that fake shiz. You
Oh
can
my
follow.
gosh. I'm so sorry. Never mind. No,
You can
nothing.
follow
Jess was
Timothy.
momentarily disarmed by Ben's potty mouth.
No, I just realized that we're totally missing the Activision earnings call right now, and I just
Oh,
picked that a
F
little.
that earnings call.
I know.
That's what I
know.
say.
I'm sorry. I'm still in joystick mode, and I was like, oh no, all the news.
Fudge that earnings call.
Welcome to Engadget. These are things that you can just skip now.
Follow
I guess it's
Tim
exciting.
Sapala at Tim Sapala.
What?
That's,
No! You
Sepala?
said it right the first time.
I did. Tim Sepala.
God.
And that's Sepala with 2 P's, everybody. That's Timseppala. And follow Jess Condit. It's at Jess Condit, JESSCONDITT. And you can follow me, Anthony John Agnello. That's A. John Agnello. And if you guys are sick of hearing these things out loud and not printed, you have fingers. It's the internet. Do some searching. Follow us here, twitch.tv/joystick. There is a whole hell of a lot more coming your way this spring. It's very exciting stuff. We don't have a proper name for the gaming vertical on Engadget yet, but goddamn do we have the heart. So stick around. Very, very good things are coming. And thank you so much for being with us today. And guys, thank you for being on the call, even though we couldn't get a multiplayer match going.
Thanks for doing it, Anthony.
Yeah.
Thanks for starting this project with me, guys. I'm excited for everything.
It's going to be very cool. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye, Internet.
Bye.